It looks like we are headed into game number one. Joining on board with Team Pop-Tarts. Team Pop-Tarts yesterday, we got to see have very consistent first half, and then it all kind of started to fall apart for them. They were dropping Geyser, and now they're taking on Overlook here, and things are already working out well for them.
Yeah, I think Overlook is a good side of the map. It's early rotation if you need to. Beacon spawns 100%, I assume. So it's not bad.
Yeah, they do have the fallback beacon, right? Which is where it looks like they did pick it up. But if they don't get it, they get the no-name one. It's going to be a countdown circle. Team Liquid and CLG are in the area to try and contest for it. But here it is. Team Intel are in a fight over here by launch. You got 6 throwing in that Thermite. We do have some compositional changes as well. 6 picking up the Wraith for them. They've already got the first knock. Hyarka is the one that goes down. That's the challenge, and that's the Gibraltar out. Nades out on the other side. Metro has to be careful playing the edge of this, getting door blocked by his own teammate, but it looks like it's going to be the 1v3 for Team Intel to finish this one off. And again, Team Intel are able to win out their fight, and now it's about starting to make the moves for rotates here. And oh, hey, that's nice, getting another armor for you to swap off onto.
Yeah, they had that easy contest. They barely got hurt. If they needed to reset, they would have had an easy reset. Now they're just trying to loot up, try to rotate.
And this is going to be a little bit difficult for them now, though, because they are a little bit later on the rotate. They're basically having to commit to playing the edge here. Here's TSM making their moves out of Fragment right now. They do have pings down on a team, it looks like, just ahead of them here. It's Imperial Hell playing the Octane. They're going with a Wraithless composition here, and so maybe the Octane pads is what they're going to be using for a lot of their rotates now. As you can see, it's on a super low cooldown. You'll have it within the next 10 seconds here as they're making their way over towards Skyhook. Don't know if Liquid and CLG are still in the area. Do know that CLG typically tend to like to take the eastern side of Skyhook here. So we'll find out in just a moment if they'll be running into them.
Yeah, with the Octane switch, I think it's a very, very wild card. Sometimes it can be very situational, but I feel like it's a quick rotation for TSM. That's how they like to play, early rotates. So let's see how it works out for them.
They were trying to make their way into countdown right now. Madness isn't even leading the charge. It was Lou and Vax over there. So a little bit difficult. They are getting pushed from behind by a squad. I don't know if that was TSM moving in for it, but hitting for Flesh is Vaxlon there. With that G7 scout, Madness has the cross angle set up on the building as well. A lot of teams are actually in the area, so this could be a disadvantageous fight for either of them to take. Vax is just going to go ahead and back up. It looks like they do have information. There are too many teams in the area. They cannot take a clean 3v3, and so they elect to just go ahead and try to play gatekeep on this edge, or maybe even get further deep into countdown right now. Did Vax DC? That would be so bad, especially in the situation that he's in right now. Joining on board with NPL, who are playing over by Lava Fissure, just west of Countdown currently. They can hold down on this beacon building, and it looks like that's what they're going to try and do. They do have the Bloodhound along with the Gibraltar, so if they want to camp this beacon for as long as they can, that'd be great. The difficulty is, of course, they're still sitting on these white armors right now, Sung.
Yeah, so Bambino with the sniper, hopefully he can get at least like 1 or 2 blues before they can rotate, but I feel like they're in a good spot for now. But
this was the third team that was in the area, and this is why CLG backed up from this fight. You have TSM here. You got the team still stuck inside of the diner building, but TSM have one of the tallest buildings on the west side of the map, and they're not going to be forced to move for some time here. We'll see how well they can start evolving their armors right now. They do have the G7 Scout on reps, who plays an amazing supportive role from the back line. If you get him a weapon that he could just absolutely lay into people from a distance, he will get those armors up for them for the time being. It has been a relatively slow game so far, in stark contrast to what we had last night, which was just honestly every single game was an absolute cluster of team fights all throughout the ways. We're down 19 squads, 56 players remaining. And so this is, I like seeing this right now, a bit more measured play, more rotational focused play coming out from a lot of our squads, making sure that they have the best team fight ahead of them. Snipe Down is, of course, going to be back on this Bloodhound. We've been seeing TSM test out a lot of different compositions with all the players really, really testing their legend pool at this point. Here's Team Pringles making their move into Lava City. We know that MPL are playing on the Beacon building for now. Will Pringles, if they see that they have the white armors, make a play for that building?
It looks like they're trying to get a little bit closer. They see another team on the dome side, so I guess they're probably just gonna sit back and look around, see what's their next move.
Yeah, as you can see, he is starting to move on up. This is going to be Rice Krispie Treats that are in front of them currently. So 3 teams now right over here at Lava Fissure. And at this point, it has just become a standstill. No team's ready yet to quite pull the trigger, but we'll see once the nades start flying if anyone lays in with some decent damage, if anything happens here. Here's Team Razor, though, still looking for fights on the edge, and it looks like they've got his team stuck inside, but Muffins is calling it. Let's just go ahead and back up off of this. Oh, Hakulo took a lot of damage through that window. Now, they do have the bubble coming up very shortly and the defensive bombardment if they need to use it. And with Zeratricky taking so much damage, they might have to. Right now, though, that squad is not looking to leave the building quite yet. That's going to actually allow Muffins to set up a crossfire now, coming over here to the right side of the building. Instead, the rest of the team joins up, and with this bubble, they should be able to safely rotate.
Yeah, the team just wants to play a little bit passive, just poke a little bit. I don't think they want to force that fight, but with Team Razor being able to escape, now they can just rotate safely.
So a lot of teams are now focusing, have made their way to the north side of this ring. We saw TSM take the path up there just minutes ago. Here's Team Pop-Tarts, who were in the area. I don't know if this was the squad that was playing inside of that Beacon building or not. Intel finding themselves in another fight. That's going to be a full team fight win for them very shortly. They've already got 2 off of that squad. So that's 5 kill points that Intel have already picked up here in the early game.
Starting off strong.
And this is what we were talking about, right? The change in play style now, no longer really center zone focused like it used to be back in the Watson meta. It's about trying to find these isolated fights on the edge. Now here's Team Razor. They are making their way on into Skyhook, and we know that TSM is here. We know that CLG were relatively in the area as well. I don't know who TSM were getting shot at by the team that was inside the diner building, but it looks like Team Razor are running into someone right now. Arcstar into the window means Zeratricky backs up, but he still has high ground control over this building. A lot of utility being used by the squad. It is TSM pushing up, a great big 68 damage being done to McCarthy, excuse me, Muffins now, and that's going to be Abralele pushing in. It's Team Liquid, excuse me, making this push in, and oh, they've already lost out on 2. Abralele is the only one left, and Razor were able to recover extremely well there as Team Liquid were trying to get aggressive onto them. Now Abralele is the lone rat here on that Wraith trying to survive, but Hakulo does not want him to get away. He tried to get aggressive, but he looks back, sees that his team is not with him, and he'll just bide his time. Remember, Abralele has already used his Q, meaning there's really no option for him to try and get out now. TSM are looking to come in for the third party, though. Here's Imperial Howl on the flank. He's making a lot of noise with that Q, but they're not looking back at him. Almost got the 1 clip with the help of his squad. They get the knock onto Muffins now. It's a 2v3 for TSM. Remember, Abralele's still involved throughout all of this as well, but he is that solo rat. And now Imperial Howl. It's going to be hard to shake this man. He's got the Q, the stim boost to allow him to change up the angle. He gets the knock onto Hakulo, and now there are 2 solos left here for TSM to pick up. As soon as Snipe Down has that scan, he should be able to finish them off. Here's Zeratricky, the only one left for Team Razor. He uses that bubble now, but it's going to be the full send coming out from Imperial Howl and Reps. They will be able to get the kill onto him. Albalele's still alive though, recovers the beacon or the banners for his squad. Now he needs to run though. There's no way that TSM allow him to get this res off safely, even though there's a beacon here. He's gonna try and run this one further down to try and get this res.
That was a clean third party for TSM right there.
And it's hard to be ready for that, right? You're not expecting the Octane to come out. If they have the pads, they're just right on top of you. Intel, they'll find themselves on the wrong side of the fight. Finally now, Six has to back away. Panders needs to bat up as well. After Six gets his bat off, he goes for the peak, but he's going to continue to just retreat now with the rest of his squad, as they can control these buildings for the time being, as they still need to recover. And so they make it safely inside, and they will heal up. All right, round 2 closing. We got 17 squads left, 49 players remaining, and we know that the 2 players missing right now, that's from Team Liquid. Albalele is still looking for a way to get his team inside. Take a look at MPL. They've moved out from Lava Fissure. Don't know if they've been able to upgrade their armors quite yet. TSM are probably sitting on all purples and a gold at this point, and so they can take this fight up against NPL. Skyhook looking like more and more of isolated fights now for TSM. Here's 303 over at Train Yard. Bambino's taking a lot of damage up top on that Pathfinder. So this might be the next fight to look out for. There's 2 minutes left, plenty of time to work with. And the ring's not too far away over there. You can see the charge rifle coming in. Bambino getting almost a full damage shot off with that one. Now back towards TSM's side. They are looking to hunt down Albalele inside the zone. Oh! That was the res. Flanker goes down, and then, of course, you've got Nocturnal to fall as well. And this is just kill point farming for TSM at this point. Now, TSM do have to be careful. A bit low on the HP there, but they will be able to hit that med kit and head safely back inside. And this is what we're talking about. The quick movements of the Octane now. The buff that came with it is absolutely insane.
Oh, they just got gated.
Oh! NPL! We were talking TSM would be ready to take this fight, but not when they're coming out of the ring like that. Bambino goes down. Reps punishes him, but he will fall. It's all up to Snipe Down now. Left in a 1v2 here. Dracos doesn't have any armor. He throws down the scan. Actually gets sent up by I don't even know what there. As we do have him trying to go for the thirst at this point. Ronnie is desperately trying to hit this bat, and now we have Snipe Down running out of time here. He does get the knock onto Dracos, but it's going to be a full HP Ronnie going for the peak, and Snipe Down falls. It was so close. TSM fighting back from a 2v3. They still do end up farming about 8 kill points throughout all of that, but they only hit the threshold of 15th in the lobby. CLG now making their move right over here at the bottom side of Trials. They do get the knocks onto Panders and Six. It's Lou and Vax on 1v2. Make that a 1v1 now. Vax versus Metro. It's got the EVA 8, and that's not quite what you want up against the Gibraltar here. Will back away here as he tries to hit some meds. He does have the scan, and so it's not going to be blind for him, but oh no, he gets caught in that animation, and somehow he survives. But here's Rockstar with the third party right on top of him, and he will pick up all the kill points. That's massive.
Let's explore this way.
Applejacks now making their move. Looks like they did balloon rotate in for this. Nade in. And so Aves has to be careful here. They will be able to climb up to this safe spot, but they have to worry about the team immediately there. That's going to be Rockstar playing out of the choke for now. And Rockstar, they will throw in the Nox gas grenade as well, using the bubble. So a lot of utility early on. Don't know if Duplex has his defensive bombardment. He does not there. Will throw down that bubble for himself as the defensive bombardment went down on top of him. But they can still try and play to try and force Rockstar into a bad fight here. Decent spray, hitting for the red as well. Backs up off of this one, but he's taking so much damage. He does not have his bubble for another 20 seconds as the nades come in. Applejack's playing this a little bit more conservatively now, but that allows Rockstar now to start finding some space. They are out, and now they're the ones turning the tables onto them. And Applejacks are caught up in the middle of two teams. There's another team inside Countdown proper. Here it is, Cooler coming in for the third party. Dell almost got the knock, but almost goes down himself as Yuki will use that gravity lift to change up the angle, but now the bubble's on the other side. He can't do anything at all. Dell has gone down to Tech. Will Dell be able to rejoin his squad? We'll find out in just a moment. Tech is able to get a knock onto Aves with the help of Matt Pickett there with that triple take. Trying to go for the thirst, but now Crummy and Tech super low on HP. Looks like Crummy, though, with the gold armor, will be able to reset faster, but is it going to be in time? Tech still struggling here. There's a lot of fights are taking place. Pringles versus 303 as well. Pringles ending up taking the better part of that fight, but NPL now getting involved. Dell is down. Yuki is the only one up for Cooler. Third impact finished them off. So Applejacks are now down to 2. We got Rockstar as a full 3. And now Rockstar ready to push up. They throw down the bubble aggressively, getting on top of them. And this should be an easy team fight win. Crummy. All right, buddy, you got the R9. You don't need to go for the charge rifle, but they do get the team fight win there.
Yeah, they pretty much clean that up pretty quick.
Take a look. It looks like Team Pringles are continuing to fight it out as they do get the knock on the Joey Blackout. And Team Cheez It. And an amazing performance last night. Looks like Charlotte Phoenix, they're going to go down as well. Pride is gone. 7 squads remaining, 20 players left. And this is just a classical, I would say, end zone over here in Countdown right now. Bambino getting that finish on to Bronzy as it looks Mercy will fall as well, and Joey Blackout gets thirsted there. Geez, it's still in this though. 6 squads, 17 players remaining. It looks like they're just down to a duel for the time being. The Team Pringles have control over one of the best spots currently in this ring. Ooh, the knock and then the instant death of Prodigy Aces to the ring. So they still have one left. Rakanishu should be alive somewhere as Pringles are trying to make the push into this building for the time being. As you see, the ring does pull away from them. They need to get rid of this squad. They need to do it quickly here. They only have about a minute left. And now as Presley does fall back to go ahead and hit that bat, they have the utility to try and go in for it. Unfortunately for them, of course, well, they have the Gibraltar ultimate. It does almost nothing in this situation. When you're trying to take this building, Fury takes a lot of damage and he's forced to bat up while the rest of his squad tries to make this push on in. It's NPL on the other side. Bubbles used by both squads as NPL, Roddy, he's got his hands on a Prowler. This is the situation where he can just melt them. Instead, NPL decide to slow things down here, and they're still waiting it out. Bubbles will come up for either side in just about 10 seconds as well. Ronnie has that port to use. They try to go for... Oh, they drop down, actually. Getting Rakanishu, that solo rat. So, we do have Team Cheez It going down, and that means this leaves the high ground available. Oh, for Ronnie to get the angle onto Fury, and he absolutely melts him. This is massive for Team NPL. We saw at the beginning of the game, they were down on their luck. They had white armors. Now they've got the red, they've got the gold, they've got the high ground, one of the best spots in this ring currently. Dracos goes for the peek on out, doing some decent damage there. As it's Team Cruelty on the other side, finally getting the knock on to Phony. Right now, though, nades being used by this squad at NPL. Their building is not actually in. They're forced out. It took a lot of ring damage here. Third impact, set up the crossfire on them. Already got 2 kills, and it's only one left. Draco's the last one to fall. We're now down to 4 squads with 12 players remaining. Mini did go down, though, so it looks like Rockstar in a fight right now. Getting that thirst onto Mini as well, and they will be able to pick them off very shortly now. Always Senpai here, but that allows third impact to come in for the third party from the high ground now as they finish off Tech. And so it should be third impact, a fully healthy squad here. The only full 3
down.
Alive.
Rockstar gets
Wait.
cleaned up. It's just Pringles and Third Impact.
Pringles and Third Impact. Pringles have the high ground set up, but Fury is forced up off of it there. Defensive bombardment has gone down, and
Fury's
he
still
thought
down.
it might have been his own teammates, and he falls. It's a 1-for-1 exchange, though, as Jazz does go down as well. Never mind, it's a 1v2. Third Impact with the man advantage, pushing up, trying to get that thirst for the armor swap, but it's not going to be in time. Third Impact will take game number 1 of the evening.